Hey everyone, welcome back to LMD Studios, where we dive into a world of art, creativity, and storytelling. I'm Nick, and today we're talking about something very close to my heart, comic books. I'm extremely excited to share this journey with you, so let's get started. First, let's start with a bit of my own comic book journey. The first comic book I ever read was The Death of Superman. The story was a complete game changer for me. Up until that point, I had this idea that comic books were just simple, silly drawings meant for kids. But The Death of Superman shattered that notion completely. I remember vividly the day that I picked it up. I was intrigued by the bold cover showing a torn and tattered Superman cape fluttering in the wind, tied to a makeshift pole. Something was haunting about that image. It felt heavy with significance, even though I didn't fully understand why at first. I was immediately drawn into the intense battle scenes as I started reading. But what caught my attention was the emotional weight behind every punch and every fall. Superman's struggle against Doomsday wasn't just about brute strength, it was about sacrifice, resilience, and the burden of being a hero. Watching Superman, a seemingly invincible figure, face his mortality was both heartbreaking and enlightening. It made me realize that superheroes, despite their extraordinary powers, are just as vulnerable as we are. They have their fears, doubts, and limits. This portrayal of vulnerability added layers of depth to the character that I hadn't expected. The story didn't end with Superman's death. The aftermath, the world mourning the loss of its greatest hero, the impact on the peoples closest to him, and the emergence of new heroes trying to fill the void, added even more complexity to the narrative. I was particularly moved by how the character dealt with their grief and tried to carry on his legacy. It showed me that comic books could explore profound themes like loss, hope, and human condition in ways that resonate deeply with everyone. That first experience with The Death of Superman not only ignited my passion for comics, but also opened my eyes to the incredible storytelling potential of this medium. It's amazing how a single comic book can change your perspective and lead you to discover a whole new world of narratives and artistry. Comic books are a treasure trove of diverse art styles. From the detailed panels of Watchmen by Alan Moore and Dave Gibbons to the vibrant colors of Spider-Man by various artists over the years. One of the things I love most about comics is how they blend visual art with storytelling in such a unique way. Each comic book artist brings their own style and vision to the pages, creating worlds that are visually stunning and deeply immersive. Take Watchmen for instance. The intricate details in each panel, the use of color to set the mood, and innovative layout techniques all contribute to a narrative that is as much about the art as it is about the story. The way Dave Gibbons draws the expression on characters' faces, the subtle background details, and the dynamic composition all work together to enhance Alan Moore's complex and thought-provoking script. It's like watching a movie unfold frame by frame, but with the added depth that only a comic book can provide. On the other hand, Spider-Man showcases a variety of artistic styles over the years, each bringing a fresh perspective to the iconic character. From Steve Ditko's original, almost whimsical design to Todd McFarlane's darker, more detailed approach, Spider-Man's visual evolution is a testament to the endless creative possibilities within the comic book medium. Every artist who has worked on Spider-Man has left their mark, contributing to a rich tapestry of styles that keeps the character fresh and exciting. Personally, Spider-Man's Clone Saga is my favorite series. I related to it deeply as it mirrored my own internal struggles. Who was I, who I needed to be, and who I pretended to be. The story dives into a complexities of identity with Peter Parker and his clone Ben Reilly, grappling with questions about their true selves and their place in the world. This resonated with me on a profound level, as I also faced my moments of self-doubt and challenge of reconciling different facets of my identity. The Clone Saga, with its intricate plot and emotional depth, showed me how comics can explore themes that are incredibly personal and relatable. The way artists depict these internal struggles visually through dramatic poses, expressive faces, and symbolic imagery added another layer of meaning to the story. It wasn't just about the words on the page, it was about how the art brought those words to life and made me feel understood. Many famous artists and writers like Neil Gaiman, who wrote The Sandman, started as comic book fans. They draw inspiration from the unique ways comics tell stories through both words and visuals. Neil Gaiman's The Sandman is a prime example of how comic can transcend traditional storytelling. The series combines myth, history, and fantasy in a way that's both visually and narratively rich. Gaiman's imaginative scripts paired with diverse artistic styles of his collaborators create a series that truly a work of art. Comic books push the boundaries of creativity and imagination. They invite readers to see the world through different lenses, to explore fantastical realms, to engage with complex characters and stories. Whether it's the gothic beauty of Gotham City in Batman, the cosmic wonder of the Silver Surfer, or the gritty realism of The Walking Dead, comics offer endless possibilities of artistic expression. Comic books aren't just about superheroes and fantasy worlds. There are many genres that tackle real-world issues, historical events, and complex themes. These narratives can educate readers on important topics in accessible and engaging way, making them excellent resources for learning about history and social issues. Take Mouse by Art Spiegelman, for instance. This groundbreaking graphic novel provides a harrowing look at the Holocaust. Using anthropomorphic characters to depict the tragic history, Spiegelman chooses to portray Jews as mice and Nazis as cats, a stylistic choice that adds a layer of symbolism to the narrative. Mouse doesn't shy away from the brutal realities of the Holocaust. Instead, it presents them in a way that is both visually and emotionally impactful. The graphic novel format makes the story more accessible, especially for younger readers or those who might find traditional historical text daunting. It's a powerful example of how comics can convey deep and complex historical events in a manner that resonates with the readers on multiple levels. Similarly, Persepolis of Marjane Satrapi, this autobiographical graphic novel chronicles Satrapi's childhood and early adult years in Iran during and after the revolution. Through her eyes, we witness the impact of political upheaval of everyday life, the struggle of personal freedom, and the challenges of growing up on a rapidly changing society. Satrapi's black and white illustrations are stark and impressive, capturing the tension and emotion of her experiences. Persepolis serves as an educational tool that brings to life a historical period that many might not be familiar with, providing a human face to the events, making them more relatable and understandable. Another example is March by John Lewis, Adrian Aden, and Nate Powell. This graphic memoir trilogy recounts the story of Congressman John Lewis's role in the civil rights movement. The vivid illustrations and first-person narrative immerse readers in the struggle for racial equality, highlighting key events like Selma to Montgomery marches and the 1963 March on Washington. March is used in classrooms across the country to teach students about the crucial period in American history, demonstrating how comics can be an effective medium for education. Then there's They Called Us Enemy by George Takei, Justin Eisinger, Stephen Scott, and Harmony Becker. This graphic memoir explores Takei's childhood experience in Japanese-American internment camps during World War II. Through detailed artwork and poignant storytelling, it sheds light on a darker chapter of American history that is often overlooked. The book not only educates readers about the injustice faced by Japanese Americans during the war, but also serves as a reminder of the importance of civil rights and the dangers of prejudice. These examples show that comic books are more than just entertainment. They are powerful educational tools that can enhance our understanding of history, culture, and society. They make complex and often challenging subjects approachable, engaging, and memorable. So next time you pick up a comic book, remember that you're not just enjoying a story, you're also expanding your knowledge and perspective. Comic books are fantastic for boosting literacy. Studies have shown that the combination of text and images helps readers, especially younger ones, to improve their reading skills. For example, the Bone series by Jeff Smith is widely recommended in schools. The visual context aids in understanding complex narratives and vocabulary, make it easier to grasp the story. The adventures of the Bones cousins in a fantastical world are not only thrilling, but also provide rich material for improving literacy skills. For younger readers who might struggle with a large block of text, comics provide a more manageable way to build reading stamina. The dialogue format in comics mimic real conversations, which can enhance language development and comprehension. This is particularly useful for ESL learners who can follow visual cues to understand the dialogue better. Visually, storytelling bridges language gaps and makes it easier for non-native speakers to grasp the narrative. Consider the popular graphic novel Amulet by Kazuo Kibuishi. This series is known for its compelling story and stunning artwork. For young readers, the combination of text and imagery makes it easier to follow the plot and understand the emotions and actions of the characters. The visual cues support the text, helping readers decode new vocabulary and complex sentence structures. This can be incredibly motivating for reluctant readers who might feel overwhelmed by traditional books. Furthermore, comics can introduce readers to a wide range of genres and themes, expanding their literary horizons. The Adventures of Tintin by Herge, for example, offers readers exciting adventures while subtly introducing them to different cultures, historical events, and global issues. As Tintin travels the world, young readers are exposed to diverse settings and vocabulary, enriching their reading experience and knowledge. Comics also encourage critical thinking and inferential skills. Readers must interpret the interplay between text and images, understanding character motivations and follow plot developments. This active engagement with the material promotes deeper comprehension and retention. The Arrival by Sean Tan is a perfect example of this. It's a wordless graphic novel that tells a powerful story through images alone. Readers must closely examine the illustrations to piece together the narrative, which enhances their visual literacy and inferential skills. Moreover, the diverse range of comic genres means that there's something for every reader, from superhero tales like Batman and Spider-Man to historical narratives like March and Persepolis. There's a comic for every taste. This variety can help cultivate a lifelong love of reading, as readers discover new genres and topics that captivate them. Research supports these benefits. Studies have shown that students who read graphic novels and comics perform better in reading assessments compared to their peers who don't. The visual supports helps them to understand and engage with the text, leading to improved literacy skills. Teachers and librarians are increasingly incorporating comics into their curriculum and reading program, recognizing their value as educational tools. So whether you're a parent looking to boost your child's reading skills or an educator seeking engaging material for your classroom, comic books are a fantastic resource. They make reading fun, accessible, and educational, all at the same time. Comics are influencing the real world and today's culture. Comics has long been a mirror to society, reflecting and often critiquing cultural norms, politics, and social issues. They're not just entertainment, they're a lens through which we can examine our world. Take, for example, the role of comics in popular culture. Characters like Spider-Man, Batman, and Wonder Woman have transcended their comic book origins to become global icons. These characters inspire movies, TV shows, merchandise, and even theme park attractions, but beyond the commercial success, they also inspire us with their values and stories. Spider-Man's mantra, "With great power comes great responsibility," resonates far beyond the pages of comics. It's a reminder of the ethical responsibilities that come with any form of power or influence. Comics are also being used in therapy. Comic book therapy is an emerging field where creating and reading comics is used as a therapeutic tool to help individuals express their emotions and deal with trauma. Moreover, comics influence today's world through their representation of diverse characters and stories. Series like Black Panther and Ms. Marvel bring much needed diversity to the forefront, giving readers heroes they can see themselves in. Black Panther not only celebrates African culture, but also addresses issues of identity, heritage, and social justice. Ms. Marvel features Kamala Khan, a Pakistani-American Muslim teenager from New Jersey who becomes the new Ms. Marvel. The series addresses themes of identity, religion, and cultural assimilation, providing representation and visibility for Muslim American youth. It's a fantastic example of how modern comics can reflect and educate about the diverse experience of people today. Comics also contribute to social change. The X-Men series created by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby was inspired by the civil rights movement and has long been a metaphor for the struggles against prejudice and discrimination. The Mutants Fight for Acceptance and Equality mirrors real-world social issues, encouraging readers to think critically about discrimination and human rights. Lastly, the rise of digital comics and webcomics has made the medium more accessible than ever. Platforms like Webtoon and Tapas allow creators from around the world to publish their work and reach global audience. This democratization of comic creation means we're seeing a broader range of voices and stories than ever before. So there you have it. Comic books are so much more than just entertainment. They boost literacy, spark creativity, educate on complex issues, and influence our culture and society in profound ways. Whether you're a lifelong fan or new to the world of comics, there's always something new to discover and appreciate. How have comics influenced your view of the world? Do you have a favorite comic that's made you think differently about an issue or inspired you in some way? Let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thanks for joining me today. If you enjoyed this episode, please like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comments. I'm looking forward to hearing about your favorite comics and how they've impacted you. Until next time, keep exploring, keep creating, and stay inspired. Hey guys, thanks for joining us. I appreciate you for being here. If you like this episode and you want to see more like it, please go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that notification button also so you can get notified at any time we post another video like this.